Hello, my friends, Gary Goes, and fellow poets. Welcome back to Conversing with Poets. Good to see you all. Hello, hello. Quick announcement right off the bat. This is our 200th video on the channel. We now have 200 videos on the channel once this gets uploaded to playback. So that's quite an accomplishment. I don't know how we hit 200 videos, but we have, so that's cool. We are a little bit quiet in here tonight. I am out this evening, so we will only have an hour and a half on stream tonight. It won't be the full 2 hours. So we only have one topic for discussion tonight, which is looking at how we can make a career out of poetry and stuff like that. As always, I'll give it a few minutes just to see who drops in. If you're here, don't forget, say hello in the chat so I know that I am not on my own talking to myself. Hello, Delgel. Hello, Delgel. It might just be us tonight, Delgel. Might just be us. We finally, I don't know what's been going on with my subscribe account lately. It might be because I'm posting all these live streams. So there's people are getting too many notifications. I'm not sure, but subscriber count has been chaotic lately. We've lost quite a few, but we finally broke the. I say that now on live stream. Once this gets uploaded, maybe it won't be the case, but we finally broke the 60s. We're finally into the 70s. So we're finally 5,573. But as I say, that may change by the end of the stream. Um, yeah, it looks like it might be a quiet one tonight, folks. We'll still try and have a discussion best we can with just us two, Dalgal. Thank you for that fourth like. Thank you very much. Hello, Nikki. Okay, good. Okay. I was worried that I just spilled coffee on myself. 1 second. On my baby blue tracksuit. Great. It's okay. It didn't go on the tracksuit. What was I saying? Yes, hello, Nikki. Welcome to the stream. I was just saying it might be a quiet one tonight, so I'm glad that you could stop by. I think we're going to talk about making a career out of poetry. I've just seen it just now, sitting here before the stream. I saw your thread on the Poetry Cove that you put up today, and this is a big one for me. Kind of taking my poetry. Excuse me, oh dear. Taking my poetry presence from online and into the real world. Because so far, the majority of my poetry stuff has been mostly online, bar the odd open mic here and there. I will give it, what shall we say? I'll give it another couple of minutes. I'll give it until 6 minutes past 5. That's a very very specific number, isn't it? I'll give it 6 minutes till 5, and then we'll get cracking. But in case you missed it, Nikki, I will have to disappear at 6:30 because I am off to the cinema tonight to watch a new anime film, which starts at 7. So it'll be a quick dash from live stream over to the cinema. How was your Christmas, Nikki? How was your Christmas? Did you have a good Christmas? I don't know if you can hear the rain above me, but it's coming down it's pretty intense. Oh, it just got worse. I've still got my Christmas tree lights up. Um, I say Christmas tree lights, Christmas lights. I've still got my Christmas lights up from the Christmas special. I've been too lazy to take them down. Isn't it amazing how just those 2 days, just Christmas Day and Boxing Day, how much they can disrupt like regular routines and stuff. I feel like I feel like I've been on break for like a week or something. Maybe it's all the food and what have you, but it's quite disruptive just those 2 days. Or am I alone in that? Does anyone else feel that? Hello, if you're just stopping in. Hello, hello. It seems like it's a bit of a quiet one, but don't be shy. Say hello in the chat. It's probably going to be a pretty chilled stream, this one, I think. The weather could be playing up. Also in the USA, I think they are having bad weather too. Oh dear. Yeah, weather's a bit crazy at the moment here in the UK. There's crazy, or at least where I am anyway, crazy winds, rain. It's a crazy one. But yeah, if you're watching, do say hello in the chat. Do hit that like button um to let me know that you're ready to go. We're just going to discuss making a career out of poetry. 5 likes. There you go. Thank you very much. Boom, whoever that was. Nice one. Straight in there. It was good, quiet, which was needed. Any Christmas that doesn't have family drama is a good Christmas. Fair enough, fair enough. How was yours? Mine was okay, thank you. I spent most of it watching Harry Potter, to be honest. I'm on Deathly Hallows now, but I feel I didn't think I'd ever say this, but I feel pretty Harry Pottered out at the moment. I don't think I can stomach Deathly Hallows for at least a few days. I get quite overwhelmed by the change in schedule. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Just 2 days, but it rocks you a little bit. I feel like I feel a bit sluggish, like I don't want to like I don't want to do anything. Tell me about it. I have to look at the calendar to see what day it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's Thursday, but it doesn't feel like a Thursday. It feels like a Monday. I don't know. I don't know. I'm all over the place. Mm. Okay, guys. So, we're poets. We're here to talk poetry. 6 likes. Thank you so much. Hello, Matthew. I made it to Order of the Phoenix. Goblet of Fire is my favorite. Okay, so I've got like a box set of the DVDs, right, of all the films, and I've lost Goblet of Fire. I lost Goblet of Fire. Thankfully, Netflix had my back, and Netflix has all the Harry Potter films at the moment, so I wasn't too disrupted. I managed to watch it on there. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna have to buy a whole new box set just for that one film because I'm weird like that. I can't have the box set and then Goblet of Fire as an independent. I'll have to buy a whole new box set. How was your Christmas, Matthew? 7 likes. Thank you very much. I don't know what's happening because it says we've only got 3 people watching, but likes are going up. So not that I'm complaining, of course. Not that I'm complaining. For the longest time, I couldn't get past the first one. This year, I finally watched them all. It was a good series. Wait, 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 wait. Hang on. Am I understanding this correctly, Nikki? Have you only just watched the full series? Sacrilege. Will you watch the TV series? I don't think so. I don't think so. I mostly down to I'm not on every single streaming platform. There's so many. I have finally concluded that I am canceling my Netflix. I was going to wait until Stranger Things, but I was going through all the Christmas films on Netflix and it was just not a great selection. And they were all Netflix films, so I don't know what my money goes towards. Shows like Stranger Things, I guess, but yeah, I wasn't impressed. 8 likes. Thank you so much, guys. I don't know what's happening. The viewer count isn't going up. Maybe it's broken. Maybe YouTube is being funny with me. Oh, by the way, quick story before we get into it. My Christmas special got demonetized because of, and I'm not going to say it because I don't want this to get demonetized, but the Christmas video got demonetized because of how much we were talking about Herb going to a certain place to do a certain thing, which apparently is against YouTube terms and conditions. But I did put a claim against it. I did fight it, not thinking anything will come of it. I just thought, oh, I'll just fight it and see what happens. And they remonetized it, so I don't know what happened there, but it was quite an adventure. Yeah, I only watched them all this year. I'm a Lord of the Rings loyalist. Wow. Okay. I mean, I love Lord of the Rings too, but I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I'm glad you enjoyed them though. But yeah, will I watch the TV series? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think if I'm going to get another streaming platform, it might be Disney. I heard good things about Disney. Also, I feel like it's too soon to have a series on Harry Potter. But then again, I'm forgetting how long ago it was. It was like what, more than 20 years since the films came out. But I don't know. Daniel, Rupert, and Emma are my trio. You know, I can't see anyone else playing those characters. Christmas was great. I got a teddy bear house dress. Teddy bear house dress sweater blanket thing. Okay. Um Teddy bear house dress sweater blanket thing. I'm struggling to imagine that, but that's cool. That hopefully that keeps you warm. Maybe people are busy but want to show support. Yeah, yeah, no problem. Yeah, of course. Thank you for that reminder. Netflix is becoming the new hallmark for movies. You beat the machine. Yeah, yeah, Netflix. I don't know. I really maybe I'll cancel it and then resubscribe once Stranger Things comes out. Watch it, cancel it again. But yeah, you're right about the Hallmark thing for sure. Okay, cool. We're 12 minutes in and we haven't started discussing what I want to discuss about. I must admit this again, I lost complete track of time. Thursday came around so quick. This stream came around so quick, which I say a lot in these streams. So I didn't really have time to prepare, and I had to think of something literally this morning. So I thought, okay, well, I want to bring my poetry more into like the real world, if you like. So let's talk about making a career out of poetry. What do you think? What do you think are the hallmarks? Seeing as Nikki's just said it, what do you guys think are the hallmarks of a poetry career? What are the things you have to be doing to have a poetry career? Can you have a career in poetry? Because I don't. Although the only person can think of right now, and maybe because my brain isn't working, so correct me if I'm wrong, and if you can think of anyone, the only person around today that can do a world tour of poetry is John Cooper Clarke. I mean, he's this year he's done crazy amount of touring. He's done America, he's done Europe. I think I've said already in one of these streams when I put the Poetry Cove magazine together, we have like an event listing page, and whenever I'm sort of preparing for that and looking for events around the world, John Cooper Clarke's tour always comes up, always comes up. So he's doing very well. But what are the hallmarks? What are the things that you have to check off for a poetry career, do we think? Performing. Rupi Kaur recently did a world tour. Did she really? Okay. I didn't know that. Fair play to her. Whether you like her work or not, fair play. That's some hustle. That's, Atticus earns good money from his shows too. I don't hear much about Atticus these days. Atticus. No, I got you. Yeah, yeah, I got you. I don't hear much about Atticus these days. I don't know if it's because I'm not looking for it, but I know he sort of branched out into wine and coffee and all this commercial stuff. But is he still touring and doing stuff? So let's say performances, right? So you got to be doing performances. You got to be writing poetry, I guess. You got to be writing poetry. I don't think you have to put a collection out every year though. I don't think that's something to strive towards. A collection every single year, personally. Let alone certain poets that we've already spoken about on these streams that have got 19, what did I no, what did I say? 16 collections at the age of 19, something like that. That's crazy. But I don't think you should be aiming towards releasing a collection every year. Because I don't necessarily feel like the poems will have been considered enough and worked on enough. I could be wrong there. But also B, you don't really want you don't want your audience to get bored of you if you're constantly churning out collections because it loses its value. I don't know. Am I right in saying that it loses its value? Maybe value isn't the right word, but novelty is like it's like your favorite artist, musical artist. Do you necessarily want a new album from them every single year? Maybe you do. Maybe you do. I think the poets who are prolific do well in terms of sales. The trick is not this heart every time, not to lose the soul of the work though. Yeah, 100%. 100%. But I don't necessarily mean being prolific. When I say a career in poetry, I don't necessarily mean being prolific and famous and all this. Just like having a job, right? Yeah. I mean, I did open a Fiverr and I was making some money on Fiverr. I was doing like editing services, feedback services, because everyone always asked me for feedback. What else did I have on there? That was the main one. The main one was feedback. I, I can't remember. I'm gonna put my website back up January 1st, by the way, guys. And there was a page on there for my Fiverr services. So there are also those little side hustles you can do. Editing, I guess, keeps you paying the bills, I guess. But the problem with that for me was, um, it 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 wasn't every day a new order would come in. So I'd get used to not having orders coming in through Fiverr. So I'd take on another project like, making YouTube videos or whatever I was doing for the Poetry Cove. And I'd sort of be snowed under for work there, and then out of the blue, a Fiverr order would come in, and then suddenly you've got 48 hours to edit someone's poem, or 48 hours to leave feedback and stuff. So that can be quite intense if you decide to go down that road. Just be aware that it can be quite intense because suddenly it hits you out of nowhere. Yes, sir. Getting back in the swing of things. I missed something. I think it could be harder if you tried it on your own. Don't you think you need an agency to get your name out in the public? Um, Agents don't normally represent poets. Unless you write fiction or screenplays as well, there aren't many agents out there that represent you as a poet and nothing else. I think you need an engaged audience to warrant a tour. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So I didn't necessarily mean a tour. What I was trying to start off with was just shows here and there. I know I said I was going to do a tour last year. Never happened because of my mental health. But I just was trying to introduce the concept of doing shows, and I don't mean like touring non-stop. I mean like, I don't know, um do a show at a literary festival and then maybe do a show. So if you did a literary show in, say, May, you could also do a show in, say, February and then November, so you can space them out. But I'm just saying, like, I suppose that's one factor of having a career in poetry is performance. Let's title it as performance. So performance, you got to be writing, I guess, odd services, so like Fiverr, odd services like editing, workshops, maybe do workshops. I really want to bring the Poetry Cove Academy Saturday School into London, but I need to be very guys. You need to keep me on a short leash next year, okay? Because I get very easily not distracted. What is it? Very easily enthused. So you got to keep me on a short leash next year. Make sure I don't burn myself out again. Do you think networking is important? I think networking is super important, guys. Too bad I suck at it. I hate networking. I've been really trying to get into LinkedIn. I've been really trying to get into LinkedIn and building up contacts through LinkedIn in preparation for next year and bringing my work into the real world. There's a really cool place called the Poetry Lounge, which is in Highgate in London. And yeah, I plan on doing that in the new year. Then I'm screwed. Yeah, me too. Honestly, I hate it. I hate networking. I can't do it. I can't do it. Maybe that's why I've been so focused on online stuff, because online stuff I don't necessarily have to network. I can just make videos and then run away and hide in the corner. Yeah, so let's recap. So, performance, writing obviously, but not necessarily putting a collection out every year. So performance, writing, and what did we say? Uh oh yeah, services like Fiverr services. Networking is super important. Coaching is a big one. Coaching is a big one. So even if you kind of email your local library and be like, "Hey, I'm a poet. Do you want like would you be interested in hosting a poetry workshop once a month or whatever and split the revenue? I don't know. Either split the revenue or you pay a minimal uh space fee, I guess. That sounds cool. Space fee. Do you think that's why so many poets go online first? Yeah, yeah, possibly. They can put their work out there to readers without face-to-face rejection. Yeah, probably. I mean, it's not face. Let's it's not face-to-face rejection, but you still get rejection online. You still get haters and trolls, but it's not face-to-face. I think that's why a lot of artists also have agents as well, because in my experience with acting, with everything, artists tend to be quite reserved, which is interesting. Not all the time. I mean, I've met plenty of extroverted um, performers in my time, but for the most part, we're quite introverted, and I think that's why we need agents. You know, the business people, the people that go out there, you know, and get you work and get you discovered. Unfortunately for poetry, no agent will take you on as just a poet. The only person I know, the only person I know of is Joelle Taylor, who we've spoken about before. She's got an agent, and as far as I'm aware, all she does is spoken word and poetry. I don't think she writes novels. Or she might have just, actually, she might have just released a book, but she's had an agent for a long time. She's with United Agents, and that's the only person I know who has an agent and whom I think only does poetry stuff. I think agents are professional networkers. Yeah. It's that whole who you know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's unfortunately that's so true, unfortunately. It's a real climb if you don't know anyone. It's a real climb if you don't know anyone. 9 likes. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate that. Oh my goodness. Can we get to 10? Can we get to 10 before the hour is up? Hopefully. We won't be having a break. There's not going to be a part 1 and part 2 in this stream because, as I say, I've only got just over an hour left. I have to go at 6:30. So I will steam right through. So, yes, teaching, coaching, performing, writing, networking, services. Um, oh, also, there's a good one if you can do it. It's difficult, but if you can get bookings for like weddings, and if you're comfortable enough doing it, and writing poems literally within minutes. You can also offer yourself, they have that poet for hire thing that used to that used to be quite popular. I don't know if it is so much anymore. You can go to weddings and write poems, but as I say, you got to be comfortable enough to if someone comes up to your little table and says, I want a poem about this and that, you gotta get it done. They know the publisher, it's quite intense. They know the publisher or promoters that'll be the right fit, or the artist for the artist they represent. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's invaluable having an agent. It's invaluable, but it's difficult. It's difficult. Same with publicists. They don't so much get you work, but they know a lot of people, and they can put you in front of the right people so easily, so easily. We had a PR campaign when the Poetry Cove turned one, hence why we got all the eyes on the Second Life stuff. And if you go to the about page, there's all that. There's all the press that we got. You know, um, yeah, it's invaluable. But I wouldn't focus on getting an agent. Not yet. Not. It's tough. It's tough. You'll get a lot of rejection as well, or just get ignored a lot of the time, unfortunately, because again, poetry, how much money is there to be made in poetry in terms of, because don't forget, agents, okay, let me just say this as well. If you do decide to go down the route of getting an agent, if the agent says it's an upfront fee, if they say it's £250 listing fee to put you on our books, get out of there straight away. If an agent ever says they want an upfront fee, you are being scammed. Get the hell out of there. An agent only gets paid when you get paid. They take you on, they get you work, they take about 25% of what you get paid. With that being said, when you think about poetry, how many gigs are there out there that are going to make the big bucks, that are going to make it worth an agent spending time fighting your corner to get you work? Acting, there's plenty of work out there, right? Directing, plenty of work out there. Screenwriting, plenty of work out there. Novel writing, plenty of money out there. You get the point. Poetry is 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 a different game. Unless things change, which they may do, as we've spoken about before, the future of poetry or whatever, it may become more popular. I've actually through the Poetry Cove agency, I've had ITV email us. For those who don't know, ITV is a big broadcaster here in the UK. Who else have I had? I think I've had Sky email us for like adverts and little things. So there is work out there, but not enough for poetry agents to be the norm, which is where the Poetry Cove agency sort of fills a gap in the market, I guess. Do you think that Thank you so much for really getting involved in the chat, by the way, Nikki. I really appreciate this. Otherwise, I'd be talking to myself. In the current culture, it's probably best to self-publish and work on building your own following. Most recently, successful poets or writers I know who have who have a good deal have caught the eye of a publisher who reached out to them, not through submissions. Yeah, 100% correct. I think that's the way to go. I think it's important for young poets build up. Well, no, not young poets. For poets, I think it's important to build up your following online for now, for sure, for sure. I feel like I've kind of done that. I feel like I'm in a place where, although yes, I took a long time out of YouTube and stuff. I know that. I feel like I'm really in a place now where I'm ready to continue with YouTube. I've got it all sorted in my head. I know what's happening with YouTube next year. Continue with that, of course. And you guys are my priority because you guys, again, cannot thank you enough for what you've done for me the past, what, 2 months now? Can you guys believe it's? I think it's been 2 months. I think we started these live streams at the start of November. Is it? No, it can't have been. It can't have been 2 months. Maybe we started them at the start of December instead. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm not going to forget about you guys. You guys are my priority because you are the best. But I do feel like I'm ready to start stepping out into the real world a little bit. What about personal cards like yes? Sorry, I said that really loud. Yes, thank you, Delgal. You can write cards. I hear that's quite I hear that's quite not vicious. I think card writing, greeting card writing is the fashion world of our community. I've heard it's quite competitive. That's the word I'm looking for. Quite competitive. But greeting cards, you can do that. Yeah, I think you can do that quite easily now with websites like Moonpig. I think they're always accepting, like looking for submissions, but just know that it's tough game. It's a tough game. There's a lot of blue icons in the chat. We need Delgado to chip in, or I look like a stalker. No, not at all, not at all. If you're watching, guys, please. It says I've got 6 people watching. Thank you so much for the 10 likes, by the way. I've just seen that too. I appreciate you guys. But if you are watching, please do get involved in the chat. We're just here having a good time. We're just discussing kind of making a career out of poetry, I guess. Greeting cards, poems is such a good idea. I've never considered that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's quite lucrative as well. If you can get a card accepted, there's money in it. There's good money in it, but it's very competitive. It's very competitive. But just because it's competitive, don't be discouraged. Don't think, oh, well, I'm not going to do it because, as I say, there's good money in it. Really good money in it. It's like the commercial world. It's like the fashion world and the commercial world. What am I on about? Um, but commercials in the acting world, if you book one commercial, you're pretty much set for the whole year. Like there's big money in that. I have an idea for a card company called Intentionally Crap, where the drawings on the front are rubbish. I'm now tempted to write intentionally crap poems inside. There you go, do it. Do it. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that, Nikki. Do it. Go for it. But as I say, companies like Moonpig, I can't think of any other custom cards. Any big card website. I looked into this years ago. I don't know if it's still the case, but they were always keen. Excuse me, always keen for submissions. But I think more personal ones that is about the person, not just general ones. Yeah, that could be a Fiverr service. That could actually, there you go, there's an idea. That could be a Fiverr service as well. You can go up on Fiverr and I will write you a greeting card and poem or something like that. There you go. I don't know how well yeah, that's quite a unique idea actually, Delgo. If you went on Fiverr, I don't know how many other people are doing that. What about jingles for adverts, etc.? Are they songwriters or would poets be able to partake? Jingles would be a songwriter, but poetry, as I say, ITV have emailed us. We've had a few emails about adverts, so it's obviously a trending thing. So you can definitely write poetry for adverts. That seems like it would be that's one of those things where it's who you know what you know rather than what you know because as I say I've producers and stuff unless you've got a big following, which is what you've been talking about, Nikki, which is another reason why it's important to do so. Unless you've got a big following where someone, a talent scout or a producer for an advert can type in, UK poet and then you turn up, they probably won't contact you. They will probably go through an agency. Ah, custom cards. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. See, there you go. We've got the brain cogs turning. We've got the brain cogs turning. So let's recap, if I can remember. Um, Writing is an obvious one. Performance, coaching. So again, you can either do that through your own website, whatever, or contact local libraries, coffee shops, whatever. See if they would be interested in you doing a weekly or monthly poetry class. Uh, Services, so custom poetry, custom greeting card poetry, I guess. Um, Editing services, feedback services. I'm just listing off the ones that I used to do. Um, did we say performance? We said performance. Oh yeah, social media, networking, and workshops is something we haven't discussed yet. Workshops, depending on, I know workshops and classes are very closely tied in with each other, but you can do workshops, um, for example, like outreach workshops, go into prisons and teach poetry to inmates or care homes or anything like that. Do little workshops. So it's not literally a class like an academic setting where you sit down and you teach forms of poetry or whatever, but it's more light-hearted. It's more of a workshop, if that makes sense. I don't know if that made any sense. Maybe workshops and teaching are the same thing. I've seen a few adverts that have a poem type narration lately. Yeah, it's definitely a trend I'm seeing. Thank you so much for the 11 likes, by the way, guys. Thank you. Maybe that's just because it's Christmas season. No, no, I don't think it's because it's Christmas season. It's definitely a train, uh, a, a trend. Sorry, not a train. A trend that I've been noticing, but it's worth keeping in mind. Yeah, yeah. It's definitely not just for the Christmas season. An author in my local circles has gone full time. She's a best-selling thriller writer. Excellent, but she supplements her income through workshops at libraries, etc. It's a decent way to boost your income. For sure. For sure. Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely. It's something to think about. But it's all down to confidence and just doing it. And I need to, you guys have filled me with a lot of confidence the way you guys have welcomed me back. So I really have to stick to it next year, start doing these things we're listing off, and kick on. Get back to where I was 4 years ago, 5 years ago. 5 years ago, man, I was in a good place. I was in a good place with like my poetry and stuff. So get back to that. By the way, has anyone here ever tried lion's mane mushrooms? They're not psychedelics. They're not. Oh man, I might get demonetized now. I got to be so careful with what I say on YouTube. I still sing YouTube's praises. I still think they're the best platform to be on. They got to do what they got to do, right, to keep advertisers happy. But mushrooms I'm seeing a lot of different types of mushrooms being sold, like lion's mane. There's some other stuff. It's good for focus. It's good for focus. And again, I have to apologize. These mics are super sensitive. It's why all the ASMR channels use these mics. In reality, you can't hear me kissing my lips as much as this mic seems to pick up. So I apologize. I don't know how to combat it. We will get perfect audio one of these days. As an aspiring poet, I would want to see the person's credentials, though. What's that? Sorry. What's that? As an aspiring poet, I would want to see the person's credentials. Is that for workshops in the libraries are you talking about? I haven't tried lion's mane, but they are a big thing in the ADHD community. Are they really? Okay. They seem to be pretty good. They seem to be pretty good. I've only tried one or two, and just to try and get the Cove blogs done for the entire year. I'm trying to get all the blogs done for the Poetry Cove for the whole of 2024, so that I don't have to think about it for the rest of the year. So I've bought some lion's mane just to help with the focus to get that done. Perhaps also if you're doing workshop and public events, have another poet friend to do it with you. Yeah, that's always an art. That's always a good. Yeah, as you say, Adam, confidence is the biggest thing to overcome. Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. If it's a confidence thing and that helps, then great stuff. Just keep in mind that you'll also be splitting the revenue, but it might be a good idea just to get your feet on the ground and start getting comfortable with public events and stuff, is to have a fellow poet by your side. Credentials for running a class, yeah, yeah, it's a stimulant. So for those who can't get meds like Elvanasi, it's an alternative. Okay. I don't know too much about this. I don't know too much about um all these mushrooms and stuff. I just seen a lot of it coming up on my Instagram, and I thought, hey, that sounds like something I could make use of. Um, there's a company called Dirt Dirt Dirty, as in DIRTEA, that do like mushroom coffee and stuff. I was like, perfect, perfect. I'm gonna have all of them because they got all different types. They got lion's mane. Again, I can't think of all the. They got ones for focus. They got ones for energy. They got ones for relaxants, which is probably what I need at night as well. And then I went on their website. They want like £34 for a bag of coffee, mushroom coffee. I thought, nah, not for me. So I just went on Amazon and bought lion's mane as like a pill for 9 quid or whatever. Seems to work. I self-medicate with Monster and other horrific energy drinks. Oh my goodness. They're not good for you, Nikki. They're not good for you. I was never a big energy drinker. As a kid, I had a couple of Red Bulls every now and then I don't know if it's an urban myth or if it's true. Someone told me that Red Bull is called Red Bull because it has a load of bull testosterone in it, and I thought that doesn't sound healthy. So I come off it. I drink too much Coke though, just as unhealthy. You be cool now. Okay, well, I tried. I'm definitely not going to say that out loud because it will make me it will demonetize me in a second. Got an ice cube stuck up my nose. Interesting. Okay. I don't know what to say to that. Okay. That must have hurt. That must have stung a little bit. When I read that off the bat, I was like, wait, what? How did we get here? Sorry, guys. Mhm, mm, mm, Joking. No, that's cool. We all do funny things. We all do weird stuff, I guess. Do you guys know I can't remember what they were called. Spearmint. There used to be these spearmint mints, obviously, the little white round circle things, if you know what I'm talking about. I don't know how else to explain them. But as a kid, I used to dare myself to swallow them whole, which, thinking back now, was probably a stupid thing, but you don't think about that when you're a kid. You just dare yourself to do it. I remember one getting stuck once, but only for like half a second because I quickly I think I must have had a drink or something with me to wash it down. Yeah, you don't have to backtrack on that. I'm just not saying that particular line because the YouTube police will not differentiate between cola and a certain other thing. No, they weren't Tic Tacs. They weren't Tic Tacs. Tic Tacs are quite small. You could probably eat them whole, no problem. They were like the size of a coin, like the size of a 2p, like the circumference of a 2p coin. And they were white, and you could get them in like green or blue, spearmint or just regular mint, I think. They were quite thick things. How did Harry enjoy Christmas? Harry loved Christmas. Mentos, oh yeah, something like that. Yeah, Mentos, similar to Mentos. You got blue and you had green. Soft mints, there you go. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Nikki. Soft mints. Yeah. Uh, yes, Harry did enjoy Christmas. He got two bones, which he absolutely loved. It was over. Thank you so much for 12 likes. Thanks, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. No, soft mints. Trebor mints doesn't ring a bell. Trebor mints doesn't ring a bell. What was I saying? Yeah, Harry had a great time. He got two bones. Um, Holly, who's a subscriber, sent him a bag of Christmas treats. So he had them. Yeah, he had a good day. He had a good time. I mean, he's so happy. Like he's the happiest boy in the world. He's so happy all the time. I wish I was like that. He's crazy though. He's he's crazy. To be honest, guys, I think if it's all right with you, considering we're a little bit quiet tonight, I am going out after this anyway. I'll probably close the stream down in about 10 minutes unless it gets super busy and um what have you. Unless it gets super busy, I think I will probably call it a night in about 10 minutes at 6 o'clock. That gives me an hour to kind of get sorted and get off to the cinema. They used to get stuck in your teeth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dogs are like kids at Christmas. Yeah, and Harry is like a kid at Christmas every single day of the week. And I love him for it. It gets intense, but I do love him for it. I need to take those Christmas lights down at some point. What are your plans, Nikki, for and Delgal for New Year's Eve? What anime are you going to see? Is this new one? It's called The Boy and the Heron, I think. I'm not even sure what it's called. But when me and my friend went to see the Godzilla minus one, I think it was called. It was the trailer showed because Godzilla minus one is the Japanese film, which is amazing, by the way. I said it at the time. I'll say it again. You have to go and see it. Keep in mind it's a Japanese film. Um, if you can get it, I went to see it subtitled. There might be a dubbed version, but either way, you have to go and see it. It's amazing. But this, yeah, The Boy and the Heron. The Boy and the Heron. It's called. The trailer was on when we went to see it, and it looked really, really good. And if I remember rightly, it's got a really good dubbing cast. I'm pretty sure Willem Dafoe was part of the dub. Let me have a look. The Boy and the Heron. No, that's fine, Adam. I don't mind. Hope you have a good time. Just be safe with this weather. Yeah. Oh wow, it's 7.7 out of 10 on IMDb. Full cast and crew. Let me see. Dub cast. Yeah, okay, here you go. Featuring the voices of Christian Bale, Dave Bautista, Gemma Chan, Willem Dafoe, Karen Fukuhara, Mark Hamill, Robert Pattinson, and Florence Pugh. Like that is just a list of like yeah, that's some cast for a dub, right? I used to be a massive Death Note fan, the original, not the American travesty. Yeah, the live action was a bit wild, but Willem Dafoe was real. I'm going out for first part, but come 12 comes, I disappear. Yeah, I'm kind of fighting myself at the minute. I get really sentimental for New Year's Eve. I'm pretty sure I've said this on stream already. I get really sentimental. I like to sit by myself, think about the year, review everything, think about me being the morbid person I am, think about all the stuff that I've lost. Uh, but maybe I'll flip the script and think about all the stuff that I've gained this year, which will be difficult because it's been a rather pants year. But we will. I'll look for it. I'll look for it. I'll find it. So I'm fighting over whether being by myself as I usually am, or going out and having a good time. I usually almost I'm always working. Christmas and New Year's Eve, I'm normally always working. I don't celebrate New Year's Eve. Daughter goes to her dad, and partner would work as a DJ. So I spend the evening taking down Christmas decks and cleaning. Then I look back on the year and what I want for the next. That seems pretty sensible to me. I mean, again, I'm of similar character there. I like to sit by myself and review the year and stuff like that. So I don't see anything wrong with that personally. I would say I am somewhat. Hey, BB Ezra, welcome to the stream. I'm actually going to close it down in 5 minutes because we're a bit quiet tonight, and I am heading out at 6 o'clock. So we do only have 5 minutes, but thank you so much for being here anyway. It's always good to see you popping in. I would say I am somewhat able to have a small career that makes me quite happy as a writer poet. It's nothing fancy, but I'm happy. And that's the main thing. That's the main thing, right? As long as we're happy. I've literally got a something I don't pay attention to enough. I've got a little Buddhist tapestry on the wall. I don't know if you might be able to see it. No, I don't think you can even see it in regular videos, even when the camera's like facing that way. But there's just off to the side here, there's a Buddhist tapestry that says, "Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you'll be successful." And lol, ignore my comment. I was behind. No, 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 no. I don't ignore anyone's comment at all. It's good. It's what we were going to talk. Well, it's what we have discussed this evening about making a career with our poetry and what's to come in 2024. I don't really get celebrating the new year. It's a turning of a page. I do get more retrospective in the lead up to my birthday. Interesting. Interesting. Since turning 30, I hate birthdays. I can't stand them. I get really miserable. I don't do birthdays anymore. It's the passing of time is just ridiculous. Time is just I know it's such a popular phrase, time is fleeting, but it really is like, geez, guys. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I see why people celebrate it. Um, you know, closing the chapter, saying goodbye, especially if you've had a bad year, and especially if you've had a good year. I can see why people celebrate it, but for me, it's not my character. It's not what I do. I'm too sensitive. I'm too sensitive and too melancholic. Have fun going out. Thank you so much. I'm sickeningly close to 40. Inwardly, I'm still an awkward 18-year-old. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And you do a little bit of looking up of all the people you went to school with. I literally did it this morning at work when I was sitting on my reception desk at 6 in the morning. I don't know why. Every now and then I look up people I went to school with, and every time you go on someone new on their profile, they're either married, got kids, both. It's crazy, like crazy. But I'm in no rush. I'm in no rush. Harry, my hands are full with Harry enough as it is. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up there. Thank you so much for stopping in. It's always and Nikki, thank you so much for keeping this stream going almost single-handedly. I really appreciate it. You've been great tonight. Don't forget we're not live Sunday because it's New Year's Eve. As of January, I'm going to be posting a video on Tuesdays and going live on Thursday and Sunday. I don't know how long that will last because, as I say, it's not like this channel. It's not like this channel to lose subscribers. We hardly ever lose subscribers, and if we do, it's only been one. But since doing these live streams, I don't know if it's because it's too often and people are getting notified about it too often, and or if I've said something out of line that I'm not aware of and people haven't agreed with my opinions and they've sort of dropped off. So we will trial um, two streams a week for January, and if we keep losing subscribers, then I might have to think about maybe just going live on a Thursday or maybe just going live on a Sunday. We'll see what happens. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for taking part in the comments. Facebook stalking is never a good thing. Lol, you see, is a highlight reel. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. Well, I'm not on Facebook anyway. I did it on Instagram. But no, I understand that. But still, just seeing people in their lives by, being married. I'm not saying that they're happy. I'm just saying, they're married, they got kids, stuff like that. They're adults. They're proper adults. Um, yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I will see you in the new year. I will see you in 2024. I'll see you on Thursday. I'm not sure what day that falls on. If Monday is the 1st, so the 4th, I think, January 4th, Thursday, that will be the next live stream. Hopefully, it'll be a bit more busier than it was tonight. You could split your lives between here and Insta. Just a small thought. I actually deleted my Instagram. I had a really bad relationship with Instagram's algorithm, and I was doing really well as well, and I just completely deleted it. And then actually, it's funny you bring this up. Some poor guy took my handle, which was literally just Adam Gary, and I noticed, funny, it's come up that both things have come up today. This morning, I looked up the Adam Gary Instagram profile, and it's free. He's not using it anymore, so I don't know if he got fed up with random people following him. Because all my old videos have the Instagram handle Adam Gary. Um, so I don't know if he was getting followed by random people, but maybe I'll start up an Instagram again. I could be talked into it. I still don't like Instagram, but at the end of the day, if you can't beat them, join them. Um, so maybe I'll start an Instagram again. We'll see. We'll see. Yes. Have a good New Year's. Oops, sorry guys. Have a good New Year's Eve, everybody. Whatever that is, whether that's cleaning and just spending time by yourself, or if you're going out raving, just do it safely and responsibly. Have a good New Year's. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the discussion. See you in 2024.